Hi class and welcome to our presentation on Word. I'm Nadia and this is my associate Agnes and we will be presenting how to analyze words in poetry. So our first slide is just showing our first subtopic, literal meaning, and we're just going to go into what a poem says first when you first encounter it. So, one of the important lessons that you need to know about words is the difference between denotation and connotation. Denotation is literal meaning of the word. It's also known as the dictionary definition. An easy way to look at it is D for dictionary. An example of a denotation would be of the word dwelling. Dwelling means a place of residence. And connotation is an association or suggestion of the word. It can most often it represents emotion. An example using the same word would be dwelling having the connotation of being creepy or eerie. Another important part about words is what is referred to as diction. Diction is essentially the word choice. Why did the author choose to incorporate these words rather than any other word in the English lexicon? Diction diction can be either concrete or abstract, and we'll be going into both. So first, concrete diction. It refers to what we can immediately perceive with our senses. Some examples of words with concrete diction are dog, actor, and person. The author, the poem, This Is Just to Say by William Carlos Williams, has the line, I have eaten the plums that were in the icebox, and this line is using concrete diction. Now, abstract words express ideas or concepts, such as love, time, and truth. These are ideas rather than simple things that we can perceive with the human eye. Now, in the poem Batter My Heart by John Donne, he says, Yet dearly I love you and would be love's fain, but am betrothed unto your enemy. So here we see some examples of abstract words. So the next subtopic we're going to dive into is the value of a dictionary, especially when reading and dissecting poems. Now, a dictionary can be very helpful in comprehending the text. The dictionary is a firm ally in reading poems. This can sometimes be an indispensable power of a dictionary, especially if the poem is over a century old. In reading poetry, there's nothing to be done about the inevitable tendency of language to change except to keep a keen eye out for it. One of the most valuable services of poetry is to recall for us the concrete physical sense the words once had. So the next thing we're going to talk about is allusion. An allusion is an indirect reference to any person, place, or thing, fictitious, historical, or actual. Allusions not only enrich the meaning of the poem, but they also save space in the poem. If in a poem you come across a name or reference you don't recognize, the unfamiliar reference and allusion will most likely be footnoted at the bottom of the page. Another aspect of words that you may see is that words from a certain time period may reflect a certain pattern. Now, one of the periods we'll be covering in poetic diction is Neoclassical Period. It was also known as the Augustan Age. This is a period from about 1660 into the late 18th century where many poets believed in poetic diction. Poetic diction is a system that admits only certain words and subjects and excludes others as violations of decorum. So our example of neoclassicalism is to convey opening a bottle. The line from the poem is, apply thine engine to the spongy door, set Bacchus from his glassy prisons free. The effect of this is an excessive baggage of poetic diction and sophistication that is portrayed in the line. Some more vocabulary that will help you with analyzing words in poetry is vulgate. Vulgate is speech not much affected by schooling. And you have to remember that different levels of diction exist from colloquial to vulgate. So what is colloquial? Colloquial is a casual conversation or informal writing of literate people. Like, for an example, bruh. There's also general English. General English is the most literate speech and writing, more studied than colloquial, but it's not as pretentious as Old English. And even more diction is formal English, which is the impersonal language of educated persons, usually only written, possibly spoken on dignified occasions. And then the next one is dialect, particularly variety of language spoken by an identifiable group. Thank you for watching.